part of my globe, but since I was up there, let's talk about the matter at hand. Now, Earth in Taurus, right? Earth in Taurus is a placement that all sun sign Scorpio has have. The way the Earth placement works is it's the opposite of the sun sign. And it is a tool to basically motivate us to actually make a full rotation and sort of experience all the signs. I mean, that may be a little deeper meaning behind it, but aside from that, let's talk about Earth in Taurus. So, sun sign Scorpio, Earth in Taurus. Earth is the planet of patience, growth, stability, nurturing, and it's basically the actual piece of your solar system and personality that of how you go about like holding on to things and actually manifesting them into your life, right? So this is where seeds get planted. This is where the growth starts. This is where I'd like to call it a bus stop to a manifestation, you know? It's basically the esoteric version of when you get an idea and you actually want to experience something, that's where you plant that seed. And then you can start adding on a little bit as time goes on and actually grow that seed and plant it so that once it bears fruits, you can actually experience that. And hopefully they're good fruits, because you have to remember, you manifest all damn day, every damn day. You know what I'm saying? Anyways, Taurus. Taurus is fixed Earth, being fixated on your own way of thinking and practicality. This is the most rigid sign in this ecliptic because not only is it a fixed sign, but it also has the Earth element. The Earth element is the most stable, the most certain, the most practical element there is. And Taurus being fixed makes these people the most step-by-step, planned out, focused, or practically oriented sign there is, you know. And with it being placed in Earth, it's at home here. So it can do what it wants, when it wants, how it wants to do it, and it can do it quickly, if it wants to. Now, let's break down the planets of how you can extract and analyze these influences. So, Taurus is exalted in the moon. The moon deals with your mind, your mental state, how you react and respond to things, and your emotional state, you know. The moon loves Taurus because it can actually be stable, it can be stable and have the stability it needs to do what it wants to do without being stressed out by some type of Scorpio person, because you can't react and respond properly without stability. Taurus is at home in Earth, this planet, the planet of patience, growth, stability, nurturing, and how you deal with the esoteric seeds that you plant. It is also at home, well, it's co-ruled by Venus, the planet of love, appreciation, values, as well as how one relates to others. Taurus is away in Mars, the planet of passion, willpower, intent, and basically any emotion that motivates you to actually do something. This is why people ask, what's your intention and how do you feel about this thing? Because that's what Mars is. It's a feeling, it's fire, you know, it's the thing that actually gets you off the couch to go do something. Taurus doesn't like being jolted like that. Yes, it can switch directions from time to time, but it doesn't really like to, you know. That makes it feels a little shaky, a little uneasy, because when it does things in the moment, it doesn't have any ground to stand on. Ground can be a lot of different things. Ground can be the actual ground. Ground can be you knowing you're strong enough to hold this hold. Ground can be a thought that supports you in something that you can always go back to so that you feel comfortable, which is its exalted place, and actually going through an experience with the necessary reactions and responses that it wants to have, aka the moon. Now, Taurus is also away in Pluto. Pluto is basically Mars multiplied to whatever degree you want past 10. That puts you through an experience, you Scorpios know about this, that makes you have to shed maybe a mentality, an experience, a habit that you needed to get rid of because it pushed you to the point to feel so intensely about it that you just couldn't deal with it in this realm anymore. So you had to kill that experience off and give birth to a new one. Now, Taurus falls in Uranus. Taurus hates Uranus. If you can imagine a freaking cow on a cattle guard, that's basically Taurus and Uranus. It can't stand change. You can't just rip away its freaking, like, you know, sense of stability. If Taurus doesn't have anything stable, nothing to cling onto, it doesn't know what to do. And when you put a wild bull into the ring, it's going to run and charge at the first thing that makes it feel some type of way that it can actually get some stability, you know? It's like, why am I in here? Oh, this matador and this red, you know, red hot Mars, the freaking color of Mars and the vibration of it. It's red hot, ready to go. This is what makes the bull mad. It plays out in matador situations. There you go. Now, speaking about Earth and Taurus and the influences specifically, Taurus is at home here. But since it's in Earth placement, this is, like one of your tools. It's not something that you actually use. So if you're a sun sign Scorpio looking around, looking deep, going to the depth of things, you have to remember that if you feel and you're very fixated on how you feel about a certain topic, when you actually manifest that and go through the process of it, your feelings will guide you through the step-by-step, breakdown of how a certain experience goes about experiencing, Taurus pushes you to actually break this down and focus on all these things. So you go deep with it. But you being this way and being around all these other non-Scorpios, Scorpio sun signs, because of this placement, will think that everybody is surface level. They don't think they go deep with anything. They don't have any knowledge on anything. They don't have any experience on anything. But, this all depends on awareness level, because all the freaking astrology is just the technical understanding of how the energetic influences work in this realm. So it's just telling you how you will go about doing things, where you'll go about doing things. It doesn't tell you about the actual contents of these things. You can get an idea based off the alignments you're experiencing now versus your own alignments, but shape and form is up to you. And you being a sun sign Scorpio, you probably know this the best, because you've seen people feel through a lot of experiences. You've seen people feel these types of ways. You know what it looks like when you actually go through these experiences when you've seen it before. Because when you're a fixed sign, you focus in one area. So you're going to be damn right when you focus on something, you're going to know this. And this is where that feeling comes from, because you are an Earth sign Taurus. When you manifest something, you actually go through the experience of it step by step, picking out the little details and the building blocks of how this actually happened. You know what I'm saying? And this is what backs you up, and the feeling that you express, because you know what you're talking about when you know what you're talking about. You don't just sit back, cool, calm, and collected, wondering what's going on, breaking down this person, figuring out when it's time to strike just because. You go about doing this because you don't have the same capabilities as an Aries person, where you can just act. I know I'm beating a dead horse here, but you're the feminine side of Mars, so you're always taking in, sitting back, knowing when to strike, being calculated. And you having this Earth sign in Taurus makes you a master manifester in that way. Now, sun sign Scorpios may not necessarily know this about themselves if they're unaware, because what they do is the depth and then the darkness is always something that's done behind closed doors. And when you think about what's going on behind closed doors, it's always something occult, something creepy, something, just that you don't exactly want to tell people, because it could be creepy, freaky, and, not that neat. So it's something similar in the gossipy realm, like, ooh, did you hear about this? And when Scorpios sort of get caught up in this trait, because it's intense and interesting, it actually makes them feel some type of way more often than not. I'm not saying all Scorpios do this, but some do. It makes you focus on it really, really, really hard. And when this is what you pay your attention to, your attention is your esoteric currency in some way. Your attention is what you pay to experience things down the line. So if you're paying your attention to that a lot, and you're focusing on this a lot, and you're focusing on something, such so trivial as gossip, even though, we all gotta dip our toe in sometimes, that is what you'll end up experiencing. But until you're aware of that, you won't know while you're going through all of these bullshit-ass situations, even though you know all the details of them, and then you know why this is going on, when this is going on, and how it's going on. You get what I'm saying here? But if you do sort of become aware of this, and you start focusing and feeling quite intensely about the things that you actually do want to experience, it'll be like a light bulb or a lightning bolt going off, and you just being like, what? No way. And then you can sort of utilize that trait and actually focus in and go deep on all of these things that you want to go deep on, so that you can eventually experience them and grow them into your experience. And consciously experience what you want. I should have said that 6 more times if you catch my drift. You know what I'm saying? So, anyways, with that being said, that's pretty much Earth and Taurus in a nutshell. You guys think a lot of people are surface level, because it's true. But at the same time, did you have to go that deep? Do you always have to go that deep? The answer is no. But, you know, we got to have our Scorpios to balance everything out. You know, somebody's got to go deep on how they feel, and it's you. So, with that being the case, you have to remember that you guys are master manifestors, especially with Earth being at home, and that you can do exactly what you want if you focus your energy where you want it to go. Anyways, let's talk about Earth and Taurus. So, Earth is the planet of patience, growth, nurturing, stability. Taurus is fixed Earth, being fixated on your one way of thinking and practicality. It's exalted in the moon. It's at home in this planet, Earth. It's at home in Venus. It's away in Mars. It's also away in Pluto. And then it's very away to the point that it does not give a fuck. It doesn't want to be in this planet whatsoever, Uranus. It hates change. Do not put Taurus in immediate change and just go, ah! Anyways, thanks for following this solar system series. Peace.